Make today your D-Day. Buy United States Defense bonds. The United States Treasury Department presents Guest Star with Harry Sosnick and the Defense Bonds Orchestra, yours truly, John Conte, and starring Peggy Lee. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is John Conte, your host for Guest Star, a transcribed feature for defense bonds presented by this station as a public service. Today, more than ever, your savings work for your country's defense. Now, during America's first defense bond drive, buy an extra bond for defense. There's no better investment, no surer way to save, no finer way of saying thanks to the men of our armed forces. Remember, defense is your job, too. And now, our lovely guest, the popular and talented star of radio, stage, and recordings, Miss Peggy Lee.
It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when. The clothes you're wearing are the clothes you wore. The smile you are smiling, you were smiling then, but I can't remember where or when. That we've met before and laughed before and loved before. Who knows where or when?
That was Peggy Lee opening the show with Where or When. And very nice it was, Peggy.
I'm glad you liked it, John. Now I'd like to introduce the boys in my trio, if I may. I'm very proud of them. On drums, Billy Exner. At the piano, Gene DeNovi. And at the bass, Joe Shulman. The boys and I would like to do our arrangement of All of Me. All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my arms, I'll never use them. And take my lips, I want to lose them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? took apart that once was my heart. So why not take all of me? All of me, all of me, all of me, all of me. Why don't you take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my arms, take my arms. I never use them. Take my lips. I don't intend to use them. You're goodbye. Left me with eyes that cry. Baby, oh, how can I go on, dear, without you? 'Cause you took apart that once was my heart. So why not take all of me?
Ah, that was really wonderful, Peggy.
Thank you, John. And I'm glad you invited me back to guest star to give me a chance to sell more defense bonds.
Well, you're one of our top salesmen, Peg. You just take it from here.
Well, John, I've always believed in bonds as a perfect way of saving and of providing for future needs. But today, those defense bonds are important for another reason. They help to make America stronger financially. They help in the battle against inflation. And they're a practical way of showing our fighting men that we're backing them in the defense of freedom. I think it's up to all of us to buy defense bonds just as often as we can.
Right you are, Peggy. And the best way of buying defense bonds is the automatic way, through the payroll savings plan where you work or the bond-a-month plan where you bank. United States defense bonds are an investment in America, an investment in our own security.
Now I think it's time for us to hear some of that fine music of Harry Sosnick and the Defense Bonds Orchestra. Here they are playing George Gershwin's Maybe.
Thank you, Harry. And now, once again, our lovely star, Peggy Lee. Her song from the new Broadway musical Flahooley, He's Only Wonderful.
He's only wonderful. He's only marvelous. He's only something that a heart must go on beating for. He's only wonderful and not much more. He's every warm caress. He's total happiness and every lovely thing on earth that's worth competing for. He's only happiness and nothing more, I guess. If all he has to offer is heaven on earth, then heaven's what I'll have to settle for. I'll take part, love, for now and because it's only wise for me to shut my eyes and just accept him as he is, because I know he's only wonderful. I love him so. I love him so.
During the past quarter hour, you've been listening to Guest Star, a transcribed feature for America's first defense bond drive, and brought to you by this station as a public service. May I express our thanks to Peggy Lee and to her trio for a fine show. Next week, we'll have another famous guest and more fine music by Harry Sosnick and the Defense Bonds Orchestra, so we hope you'll be on hand. Meanwhile, this is John Conte saying so long and reminding you to buy defense bonds for America's security and for your own future. Remember, defense is your job, too.